This is the greatest show. Wait a minute. Oh. Yes. Come on, guys, we're gonna be late. The previews are my favorite part. Wait, no. Listen, this was last year's play date. I know it still feels like 2020, so I'll let it slide. It's the hat, isn't it? It's too much. All right. Come on, let's go. It's showtime. Hi, I'm Jen Myers, and I want to welcome you to St. Louis Children's Hospital's pop-up drive-in in honor of this year's play date. We're so excited to carry on the tradition of a night where adults get to be kids again. But for some of us this time, with our kids. Can you believe our first play date took place 8 years ago? We've had quite a few play date themes to embrace those childhood nostalgias we all know and love. Together, we've experienced a carnival, camping, the beloved birthday party, homecoming, and game night. Oh, the good old days when events used to be simple. We'd all gather at an indoor venue, crowd around the bar, and then sit down at our assigned seats in a beautifully decorated ballroom to hear what's going on at Children's. Today's Playdate event theme is, as you already know, movie night. It's all about making the best of this unpredictable situation, focusing on what we can control, and working together to create something truly unique and special. And I think you'll see that theme woven throughout tonight's experience, through our mission moments and the feature film. I want to recognize our presenting sponsors, Bo and Kevin Maher Sr., Megan and Ryan Maher, and Tina and Kevin Maher Jr., and to all of our sponsors for recognizing the value St. Louis Children's Hospital provides to our community. Thank you for your support. We hope you all had the chance to enjoy the fun before the movie, including the delicious food provided by Butler's Pantry, and the drinks, including hot chocolate. And of course, the photo op, so you can share this experience on social media with all of your friends and make them just a little jealous. And we have only just gotten started. The next preview before the show is the most important, and it's the reason we're all here, to raise funds and awareness for the innovative pediatric research taking place at St. Louis Children's Hospital through the Children's Discovery Institute. Each year at Playdate, we feature both a patient and physician who represent the groundbreaking research and family-centered collaborative care you find when you come to St. Louis Children's. Your support tonight demonstrates your commitment to helping Children's Discovery Institute researchers find what may now seem unfindable, life-saving and personalized treatments for pediatric cancers, lung disease, heart disorders, and more. With that, I'm pleased to introduce you to our Playdate 2021 physician chairs, Dr. David D. Limbrick and Dr. Mohammed Abdelbaki. Dr. Limbrick currently serves as the Division Chief of Pediatric Neurosurgery at St. Louis Children's Hospital and Washington University School of Medicine, and Dr. Abdelbaki is the Director of Pediatric Neuro-Oncology. They are going to share with us the story of our patient ambassador for tonight, Jack. Please turn off your headlights if you haven't already, and enjoy.
The first afternoon that we got Jack's diagnosis, I remember specifically thinking a lot about the fact that had we been handed this diagnosis 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that there really might not be anything that they could do for our child, that we might be in a position where they would just be sending us home and saying, enjoy your time with him. He was a big 10-pound baby, was good for a couple weeks, and then really we dealt with the crying and the screaming for the whole first year of his life. Everybody, told us it was just colic and it would pass, and so that's kind of what we chalked it up to.
I remember it was Memorial Day weekend, and he tripped over a log kind of where we were tent camping, and then he seemed to lose his balance a little bit. We thought it was an ankle injury, but put him down for a nap, and then he just woke up screaming.
He started vomiting very frequently. We couldn't get him to keep down even sips of water. After about 3 weeks of back and forth at a pediatrician's office trying to test for just all kinds of random GI viruses, they finally sent us over to Children's. We were there all day. They ran a lot of tests. Nothing came back. No leads. The next day, after kind of reviewing everything that they had done thus far, they hadn't come up with anything yet. They were getting ready to discharge us, and a resident came in and he said, "Mom, if there's anything else that you can think of." And I said to him, you know, the only really thing I can think of is that, you know, for the past couple months there have been a few times that he has maybe stumbled when we thought that didn't look quite right, but we just chalked it up to he's a new walker. And I mean, I could see instantly in his eyes, it was like a light bulb went off, and he said, "We call that a wobbly gait. We're going to send you down for an MRI."
And we're just waiting and waiting, and then there was a bunch of white coats that came into the room. That was tough.
So after the MRI was done, I was called in to see Jack and his family and talk about the options, which in this particular case, really the primary option, at least up front, is surgical. His diagnosis was anaplastic ependymoma.
They explained that they definitely needed to go in and take it out. It had to be resected, and that likely would happen within the next 24 to 48 hours.
It's uncommon to have a malignant ependymoma, an anaplastic ependymoma, and in order to provide the kind of care that's necessary to treat that tumor, you really have to be at a high quality place.
The management of brain and spinal cord tumors is not that straightforward, and therefore the input of several specialists is extremely important for us to be able to provide the best care for these children.
One of the best things about St. Louis Children's Hospital is that you can really have expertise in all areas of pediatric medicine, and so I think in Jack's specific case, what he benefited from was a really multidisciplinary group of specialists who focus on brain tumors. And during his first surgery, we actually had to stop to make sure he was stable because he'd lost a little bit of blood. And so we brought him back on Monday and went ahead and removed the tumor.
Things didn't go as planned with Jack. We thought we were going to be there for 2 weeks. We thought they would do the resection, but we ended up there for 3 months almost. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Everybody tells you that. At the time, it felt like nothing is going right. I think we're maybe not going to leave the hospital with our son. Every time Dr. Limbrick, he was the person that would bring us back up, you know. I can't think of one time that I looked in his eyes and saw any kind of fear or, I mean, he just knew things were going to be okay. Jackson started to get better. Therapy started to go better. We got to go home. After Jack completed the 6 weeks of radiation in October, we started with chemotherapy in November. He did a round each month until February, and he finished in February right before his second birthday, which is in March.
Jack, he loves being hands-on, whether that's playing soccer, playing baseball, running around outside. He loves to build with Legos, he loves to draw.
Soccer is a huge part of our life. He loves to just get out there and run around and be a kid.
My goal and the goal of everyone who works in the pediatric brain tumor program is to see that we have therapies that would be used as the standard of care for brain tumor patients in the whole world based on the research that we've conducted here.
For really rare conditions like Jack's, where there are really only about 200 in the country, the whole country each year, it can be very challenging to obtain outside funding for studies like that. And the role of philanthropic support is tremendous, because that's really what enables us to advance the treatments and understand the biology. And both of those things are what's critical for developing new treatments for kids like Jack.
Donors who give to children's, who give to research, they're the reason that my child is here. They're the reason that there are a lot of children walking around today that would not be here before the research was done, before parents had options.
If he was sitting right here, what do you think you would say to him?
I'd probably say thank you very much for helping me through my tough times.
Jack's family is actually here with us tonight. Right now, our volunteers are surrounding Jack's car with blue lights. Please turn your attention to the lights and join me in welcoming Jack and his family to Playdate. What an incredible journey. Thank you to Dr. Limbrick, Dr. Abdelbaki, and Jack and his family for sharing that inspiring story and the amazing work happening at St. Louis Children's Hospital. I hope you all feel as compelled as I do to support Children's tonight. Before our feature film, please take a minute or two to visit playdate.home.qtago.net. Scroll the auction items, purchase a raffle ticket, and please consider giving a donation in support of the work of the incredible team at St. Louis Children's Hospital. All right, now who's ready to watch The Greatest Showman? Sit back, cozy up, and grab your popcorn. It's time to enjoy the show.